Okay, so that was the daily with the Miracle deck. Still a pretty big fan of this deck. I'm kind of disappointed with the result. I couldn't really do anything about that bonfire game. And round 3, I think it was the one I lost. Felt like I could have played maybe a little more optimally, mulligan differently or something. I don't know, it feels like most of my errors from this daily came from my misplays, which is the kind of errors I like because I can just improve on those. They're the kind of errors you should try to get to the point where you can just make those and know nothing else. Like, don't try to lose to like a bad deck construction or something like that. But how I want to change this deck is Lone Revenant didn't do a whole lot for me in the main deck, mainly just because how the metagame is. I kind of want a 4th Tameo. Tameo was amazing all daily, so I kind of want a 4th Tameo instead of this Lone Revenant. Cathedral Sanctifiers in the main deck didn't come up too much, but I didn't play against Boris, so I probably want a little more testing before I cut it. But if I do cut it, it'll probably be for a either a Lone Revenant or a Crippling Chill, and I don't know which is better. Sideboard didn't really come into play a whole lot. My control sideboard of Geist of St. Trapt and Lone Revenant, which is good in theory, but I never played against Grixis or the other Miracle decks out there, which are very few and far between. So I didn't get a lot of testing on that. Purify the Grave is just 1 slot, so I'm not too worried about it. The Dissipates definitely came in handy, so if I actually may cut the Sanctifiers for just a 3rd Dissipate. I could see that happening. But yeah, I actually recommend this deck. Unlike the previous deck I played, Zombies, which was miserable and I hated playing it, this deck is actually very fun and pretty good. So I think I mentioned earlier it was on the expensive side, so that is the downside. Like, you're playing 3 to 4 Tameo and 4 Entreats and 4 Temporal War Masteries. It's a bunch of tickets, so it's the downside. Like, it's very fun to play. It's not like just worse than Jund, but Jund is cheaper, so if you want to build that, they can't really penalize you for it. But I mean, I think Tameo went down a lot. I think it's like 12 tickets now for some reason. I could just be completely wrong. I remember seeing something about it. But yeah, that was this daily. I hope y'all enjoyed having fun. As always, comments are welcome. And I don't know what I'm going to play next week, because I'm kind of out of decks. I could play the mono green deck or something. I don't really know yet. I'll figure something out. I'm kind of enjoying Standard right now. Strangely enough, I haven't enjoyed Standard in a very long time. But now that there's M13 and M12, it's kind of entertaining with Rancor and all sorts of shenanigans. Like, there's a black-white Pox deck that's pretty neat, and I also like Elves a bunch. But that's the subject for today. I'm just going to end this video right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next week.